What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and welcome to our final Shadow of the Erdtree showcase. And this time around, we are taking a look at my favorite incantations in Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, like everything else, incantations were also eating very well this DLC. We're only going to be showcasing offensive incantations, but there were also some very interesting support ones involving healing. There's even like a far heal you can like chuck at people now, which is pretty cool. But either way, let's dive in, take a look at these. Personally, I think I like the incantations that we got more than the sorceries, but I've always kind of been a whore for incantations, so it makes sense. And first up, Multilayered Ring of Light. This thing is the Discus of Death. We can toss it out fast, we can toss it out slow. It basically hangs around, creating like an area denial, which is really nice, because in instances like that, if enemies are attacking, it's just going to sit there on them. We can charge it to increase the potency. The range on this is the real selling point. Like that's far. Right, you gotta stop, bro. Go away. I'm busy showing off stuff. Like for real, look at that range. How many spells are just like meow? That's good, right? Like let's see. Can I hit Haze? He might be too far. Let's try it. Like, that's wild, dude. That's like, I mean, the only other spell I can think of that has range like that is the Fury Snipe. And this has that kind of range, but with AoE capability. Goated skill. Moving on from there, we got a Pyromancy up with Fire Serpent. Now, while Fire Serpent does not have the range, in fact, it might even miss from here. Probably one of the shorter range spells in the game. What it lacks for in range, it makes up for in its ability to track. And what's so nice about this is we are able to basically, like, we cast, and you can see we're like stutter stepping as we're casting. So this is very, very good tracking. I think this is going to be really popular on PvP. You know, the fact that we're like walking around and then getting off casts. Look at that shit. It's circled behind and hit him in the ass. I love it, man. Like I said, I know I'm a fanboy when it comes to incantations, but like, that's wild. That's so good. It tracked and it hit him from behind as he chased me down. You want to do spells while mounted? Spells while mounted are always a pain in the ass, right? You're always whiffing attacks? Yeah. Not anymore. Look at that. And it sniped him so efficiently, we even saved the horse. How good is that? Really big fan of this one, though. Like I said, the range on it, not very good. That's honestly the only real weak point here. The FP is pretty mild on it. It's a relatively quick cast. You just get it out and you're on your way. So you could, you know, if you're trying to do some mounted combat, but you're into spells, very easy to like cast and go with this thing. Really like that spell. That one, I want to say this was at the Shadow Keep. Most of the fire stuff comes from the Shadow Keep. The Rings of Light, unfortunately, I don't remember where those were at all. Either way, moving on from there. What's better than Lightning Spear? More Lightning Spear. So, Knight's Lightning Spear is just Lightning Spears with more. We can charge this up to get 6 additional Lightning Spears. This thing is a long-ranged nuke for lightning. Keep in mind, we're only using an Erdtree seal here. That is our max distance. We don't have any of the stuff that would amplify lightning further, but this thing pumps some serious damage. The only downside of this is honestly the fact that it's so freaking expensive, but I mean 1800 damage right into the ass. The spears are targeted per target, but they can hit other targets. So what I mean by this is if I didn't snipe those guys out and I let them spawn their friends up, which I will real fast. If it ends up missing a target, it could hit other targets that are in the way first. So we're gonna bring all your buddies, bring them on out. Form a line and die without a doubt. You can see a couple different enemies getting hit by it. But yeah, very solid ability. The only downside, honestly, this thing gobbles up FP, so you're going to need to have good means of FP restoration to use that on a regular basis. Now moving on from there, we're getting into boss spell territory, and obviously that means big spoilers, but if you don't mind that, you're at the right place. And up next, we are taking a look at the Light of Miquella. This is basically just like a holy tactical nuke. We're gonna gather up everybody and then show them the light. Oh, that guy's on my rock. Get off my rock. Get off my rock. Stutter. Think it's over? There's the after party. So what's really cool about this, we cast it, it's going to create a light, right? That's going to nuke, and then after the fact, those lights are going to follow up onto other targets. So the light comes down, it looks good. Boom, 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 boom. So very strong, also absolutely gobbles FP. Personally, this is absolutely just a boss killer. This is meant to, you cast this out, you nuke the boss, and that's how you get the job done. And the final, and in my opinion, probably one of the coolest, not just incantations, but one of the coolest spells we have ever seen in a Souls game. Messmer's Orb. I'm gonna be honest, they were just absolutely glazing Messmer. His spear is an insane top tier weapon. His orb is one of the coolest incantations I've ever used. Let's gather these dudes up. Death! How fucking cool is that? And the fact that you jump up in the air, like, I mean, you'll jump up in the air regardless when you use it, but you can get staggered, so you got to be a little smart with it. Which is why I like to utilize the elevation that Elden Ring is so fond of. Now right there, that was a failed cast. I've noticed that a couple times. When you're going too high with it, you can actually kind of like whiff the cast like that. But when it goes off, it's super good. But now I feel bad because the first cast of it was like, I am destroyer of worlds, and then afterwards it's been like, please don't hurt me. Yeah. Point is though, if you can get it off, you're gonna destroy it with it. And it's super cool. Easily one of the coolest spells ever. Now this last one I want to give honorable mention to. It's a little bit iffy here, but I actually really like this spell. And I think there's strong potential for it, and that is the Roar of Rugalea. Now, if we're gonna be a bear, you know, we gotta bear it up, right? Now this is a bear cantation, but the strength of this is honestly just quick stun AOE or charge stun AOE. Bum, 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 bum. See, the problem is the charge stun people can knock you out of, but the quick one, all these guys are blocking. But if they're not blocking, it'll knock them on their asses, which is fun. If I can actually get off the full one without being interrupted. I don't have the FP for it. Hang on. Because the full charge of this is like bum 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 bum, and then a big roar that comes out, so the damage on it is actually pretty respectable. But enemies tend to not like to let you do that. So that is the full cast. Really fun spell. Even if it's a little bit iffy to get off in combat, I mean, it's a bear! Look at the knockback. And honestly, the AoE is what I like so much about this. Like, I was doing, just before this, I was going around to the mausoleums, because you can use mausoleums in the base game to duplicate DLC remembrances. And so I was doing that to get some of the spells that I was missing. And like, I would just walk up to the mausoleum and do the quick cast, then it would burst off all of the skulls in the mausoleum. So like, just the quick AoE clear potential of the bear is super cool. But either way, that is going to wrap things up. So by the time this video is out, hopefully I'll have already started on the walkthrough. No idea how long that's going to take, but wanted to get some kind of guide content out in the meantime, and considering my character is in the level 300s, a build video wasn't really appropriate, so we took a look at some cool weapons and spells and whatnot. So either way, thanks for coming by, appreciate all the support on this stuff, and I'll catch y'all next time.